Morning. Click like, click share, subscribe. So I'm watching on TV, Mr. C, DJ Mr. C. He used to work on Hot 97. Mano interviewed him. And Mano came on and asked him straight out, you know what I'm saying? You still having sex with men? He said, yeah, because it's better than being a woman. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing better than being with a woman. And then the other one was saying, oh, because a woman knows another woman. That's why, the woman can please the woman more. I don't know what fucking kind of nigga you been with. And I don't know what kind of big pussy girls you been with. But ain't nothing like being a man being with a woman. Ain't nothing like that. I'm telling you. You just messing with the wrong chicks. And you've been messing with the wrong guys. You know, I don't talk, because I'm really tired of talking about that damn group, that LGBT, all they fucking letters. I'm tired of talking about them, but, on a regular day, they have it so much in the public now, that I'm just watching a regular show and some bullshit be coming on about them. Let me tell you about these people and their lives, okay? They pay all these people to lie. And then they manipulate with their money because, you can't have kids with another man. You can't have kids with another woman. So they have nothing to do with their woman. I'm gonna really be real with you. They have nothing to do with their money. So they pay all these people. They pay all these groups. And then they threaten. And then they do all this stuff to get their way. That's the only way they got so far. And then they go against God because God makes them sick. Talking about God makes them sick. So little by little by little by little, the world becomes so numb to their lifestyle to make it seem like it's okay in the eyes of God. In the eyes of man, fine, you do you. But in the eyes of God, it's not good. I don't care who says what. I don't care what doctor was paid and was scared to say what they really wanted to say. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I don't talk stuff I don't know. When I was younger, I was very curious about certain things because I saw how the world was going. And I had a couple of gay friends. And they showed me the underworld of the gay world, the gay lifestyle. And they told me. They say, yo, gee, some of the things we're going to tell you about, gay people don't like to talk about it. You understand? They would tell me how, back in the early days, the gay man would just go into a place, stick his dick in a hole, and get fucked or sucked. Yes, don't even know who's in the other side. And they would fuck that person or get fucked. You understand? Or get their dick sucked. No rubber, no condom, nothing. Ergo AIDS. You feel me? So then they started paying people to say, oh, AIDS didn't start in the gay community. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Then they went down to Africa and tested the people in Africa to get medication for you guys. It is what it is. It's a sin against God. You understand? And then it started going to the regular masses. You understand? It started going into the regular population, your heterosexual world. Because some of y'all was creeping, didn't tell your wives that you was bisexual or just gay, period, pretending to like women and stuff like that. But it did. It did start in your community. But y'all used your money to clean up your community so people won't, just like, with the Chinese virus and stuff like that. You understand? So y'all took y'all money to clean up the community, and then people would start being scared to say, yes, it did start in the gay community. Because doctors was, doctors started being scared of saying that because they was paid or they would lose their job because y'all used your money to intimidate. It is what it is. It is what it is. It started in that community. Y'all was dying left and right. Because even though when it was around, y'all still was screwing each other with no condom, don't kill, all kind of stuff. Y'all, when y'all go to y'all parties, y'all sniffing coke. So y'all so high, y'all don't know what y'all doing. I'm not saying y'all the only one that was sniffing coke, but it was prevalent in y'all community. It's prevalent. So they told me all this. I mean, when I first saw it, then they showed me a gay porn. I threw the hell up. But I wanted to know the truth. I wanted to know the facts. So I had to, excuse my language, go undercover and really find out what was going on in the community. Because I don't like talking about things that I don't know about. And this is not a thing just because I'm coming out and blasting y'all secrets. Oh, she hates. No, I still don't hate y'all. I just don't like y'all lies. Nobody like I said, nobody gives a shit who you screwing. But y'all full of lies. You clean up the community. Then I remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a foster parent, and I used to go to classes in a church. And the church took a survey about gay adopting children. And a month later, I'm still in class because it was a couple of weeks class you had to take. Here comes two guys in the class. So we all looked at each other. And then whoever was giving the class introduced them and said, oh, this is so and so and they taking a class. Because the rules, the laws, y'all wanted the laws to start changing that y'all can adopt children. Because people thought that y'all would not make good parents because you would always guide all your children to go to that side when children are grown up and they experience certain things. They would say, oh yeah, well maybe you do like girls. You wouldn't let them venture out to find out what's going on. So automatically, if a girl kiss a girl when they're young, or you gay, or if a boy, is starting to feel his body, and maybe it happened when it's in the boys' room or something, y'all gonna turn that into, oh, maybe when you saw a boy, you got hard and you like boys. So people was totally against y'all adopting children because y'all want to feed off the children. You want to get everything that you got off of children. So that's why people go after children, because children are moldable. So that then some lady went into the school and say, oh, my child is being discriminated against because we have to say the Pledge of Allegiance or we have to say a prayer and y'all leaving my child out. Listen, woman, you just left your country. You just left your Muslim country because you wanted freedom of this and freedom of that. Then you come to a country with the freedom, and all they told you to do was, if you don't agree with saying the national anthem and saluting the flag and saying a prayer, you can sit down. But what about the rest of the kids? And y'all fought to say, well, then the child is going to feel discriminated against because they the only one who's not standing up. They're going to be bullied and blah, blah, blah. So then 40 children in a class have to not do stuff because one child in a class is being manipulated by their parent. But then you go sit the citizenship tests and say that you're going to pledge allegiance to the flag and pledge allegiance to the country just to get your citizenship. And then you want to change everything around to be the country that you just ran from. So therefore, it stopped having prayer in school. So therefore, no godly guidance. It's all a plan with y'all. All a plan. Take God out of society. Take respecting the United States, not just the flag, but the United States and their rules, and make it evil. You understand? So call a spade a spade. Y'all got this far because of y'all money and y'all intimidation, and then you use all them keywords, or she's biased, or she's phobic, or she's anti, she's gay phobic, she's transphobic, she's anti-Semite, and she's all those keywords that y'all use, and y'all got this far because of y'all money. Cause y'all have nothing to do with y'all money. Cause a lot of y'all is smart, so a lot of y'all is managers and stuff. So you make thousands and thousands of dollars as a salary. So what else you gonna do? You don't have no kid. You can't have no kids. So then you say, oh, I want to be. You want to do everything the heterosexuals do. Then you want to adopt children because you mad that people going around saying, well, man can't make kids with man and women can't make kids with women and blah blah blah. So then you go and try to adopt kids to show that you can be good parent. Then you try to do this medicine about it's a slippery slope. But a spade is a spade. I did my investigations. And even of late, couple of years, even of late, I have this gay friend. Well, we're not really friends anymore, but yeah, we was talking in the car one day, blah blah blah, and I was telling her about my boyfriend and stuff like that, and you know how girls talk and stuff. Girls talk a little raunchy. And she said, I don't know how you can do that. It's so nasty. I'm like, well, it's nasty sucking on pussy all fucking day. She got offended. But you gonna tell me it's nasty being a man, and when I tell you it's nasty being a woman, you gonna get fucking offended, and then you wanna be grimy to me? Yeah, because she started being grimy. Why? Because I had the nerve to say something about the gay lifestyle. But you saying something about the heterosexual lifestyle. So you don't think I'm offended? You offended me, but I can't offend you. And you mad that I'm not scared enough to say what I have to say? So now you wanna tell all your gay friends, yeah, because she started having all her gay friends, and she started making gay friends around me, and they was all, yeah, she started all that. That's why she fucking grimy. I just look at her, I'm like, yeah, you think I don't know what you all about? I know what the fuck you all about. You want to stand on the gay flagpole, but I can't stand on the straight flagpole. You get offended? Don't insult me. I'm not gonna insult you. But it's all about your money. Y'all wanna scare people to death. And some people are scared because they with the to lose their jobs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how y'all get down. But y'all have a nasty a nasty background. And still do, because it's still happening. You stick your dick in a wall and you get sucked, you get fucked and all that shit. Yeah. You have fucking orgies. They even took me to Fire Island. I don't know if y'all know what Fire Island is. That's the gay summer spot over there in Long Island. They go in this little spot in Fire Island. They stand around and they get fucked. They just fuck each other they go in certain places on Fire Island. They don't know the person, nothing, and they rarely use condoms. Yep, I've been on Fire Island, and I grabbed on to one of them for dear life because them girls was trying to talk. No, he was gay. Yes, he was gay, but I held on to him like he was my man. You hear me? I said, I don't want none of these girls coming after me. He said, just hold on to me. You know, because he already had his man. So, I mean, they was arguing that weekend, and he was white. They all was white. Matter of fact, they all was white and Chinese. And then the butchers had problems with the gay guys, and gay guys had problems with the butches, and so they have the interfights in the community too, because the lesbians, don't really like the guys, and guys don't really like the girls, or whatever. But the guys more tolerate the girls, but the butches, oh my God, they don't like the guys. Back in the day, we used to call them butches and dykes. I don't know what it is now, what they call now, except lesbians. Back in the day, they used to be calling themselves dykes and butches, and then there's a new PC terminology. I don't know what it is. I think it's just regular lesbian. Yeah, I sort of into community stuff, and they put me on into some of the secrets and stuff like that with the world. But yeah, it started off in your community. Y'all just took your money to clean up your community, so the doctors won't say that, and then to get um all the benefits that you're getting medically, and sooner or later, y'all benefits gonna shut the fuck down. Y'all started paying doctors to say it's an illness, and then when that didn't work, because let me tell y'all something, if y'all don't know, in the regular world, when something becomes a disease, then the insurance company has to pay for it. So they want to be called a disease and a medical issue, but then they don't want to go see a psychiatrist. But they only do that in the community so they can get their medical um, stuff paid for. Ergo, getting turning into a man and turning into a woman. Yeah, that's the only way they could have got that, because the medical community was not having it. And then they fought for that, and they started paying people off and paying these doctors off. And then one doctor said, "Oh, well, being gay is a sickness," and because all the time they didn't want to be called sick. But then when they found out that they can get sex changes, they found a way to get the doctors to say certain things. Found a way, meaning they paid these doctors. They found a way to get these doctors to say what they say, and then lo and behold, boom. Then the insurance company had to pay things after the government. They paid off these politicians and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna tell all your business. If you don't believe me, they're trying to say now that only black doctors can relate to people of color's issues. So that means the doctor that said that I needed that I needed to retire don't know what the fuck he's talking about, huh? Because it was a white doctor who helped them retire me. He was white, so that means he don't know what he's talking about. So now you want to say only black doctors can relate to black people? So you can get whatever you're trying to get. So that's what the gays did. Oh, only gay people can understand. And then one gay doctor say one thing, the other gay doctor said one thing, another thing, and then they get threatened. Then they go into HR and say I'm being discriminated against, and then the rules set up. It's all a little tactic. Because I remember, let me tell you something. I was very pro-black when I was younger. I was very militant. And my aunt, my aunt and my great aunt and other people in my family was married to white people. And I asked them, I'm like, how can you marry a white guy? And she told me, she said, listen, I've been with black guys and all they want to do is hit on me. And this white guy, he treat me like gold. And then I started to investigate that. And sure enough, my uncle used to treat my aunt really good. He wanted the best for her. So then slowly but surely I softened up. I investigated. I looked. I hung out with white people. I see what it was, you know. And then I became less militant. something else, somewhere else. I was going with that, and I'm trying to remember where I was going with that. But oh, when I was younger, and I got saved because I told y'all I got saved. I had a job, and I was new in the Christian hood. I was very excited to learn the Bible. So what I used to do back in the day, nobody cared. You would keep your little stuff on your desk and whatever, and people would keep their children's pictures, family pictures and stuff, books and whatever. So I used to keep my Bible on my desk, brand new in my faith. No, I was a long time Catholic or whatever, but I'm saying, newly baptized. And I used to keep my Bible on my desk. So this guy on my job, because my supervisor was gay, he was white. And then my coworker was gay, he was black. But he was married. He got a divorce, and because his wife found out he was gay, and he had a bad divorce because his wife took him to the cleaners. Took him to the cleaners because he was into some bullshit, and she got scared for her life. You understand? Because he would just be sweating for no reason. He would just stand talking to you. He'd be sweating, and the office be cold. But I didn't know he was gay until one day my gay boys, the white gay boys, came to me and pulled me in the office, and we was talking, and he said, so and so complained about your Bible. I said, what do you mean? He said, listen, I'm gay and I don't care who does what because other people keep their stuff on their desk or whatever the case may be. So I'm not saying that this and that, but he feels threatened by your Bible. And this boss was gay. I'm like, what does my Bible have to do with him? And I didn't know he was gay at the time. So he said, well, you having your Bible on the desk is a very hateful thing. I said, the Bible? He said, yes. And he said, because it seems like you don't like certain people. I'm like, what people is that? I like everybody. He said, gay people. I said, gay people, what's that? And he explained to me what it was. And I know what you're saying. Oh, she didn't know, And he said, as a gay man, a lot of gay people get threatened when they see the Bible because they feel that if you're following the doctrine of the Bible that you hate gay people. He said, that's not me. He said, but somebody in the office feels that way. And I said, who? And I didn't even know that my boss was gay. He told me he was gay. And he said so and so. I said, for real? I said, but he talked to me all the time. And he said, he said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. He comes over to your desk to see if that was an actual Bible on your desk. So that's why maybe he comes to you often and talks to you, whatever. I said, but we just say hi and bye. He asked me how's things going and stuff. And I asked him how things is going and whatever. And but that's it. Yes, he got threatened with my Bible on my desk. Made a complaint to my boss that I have a Bible on my desk. So I said, okay, I'll just put it in the desk. And that was the beginning of that. So then I said to myself, I'm like, what does that have to do? And then he just, as a gay man, he just explained to me. My boss was real to me. He told me. He said some people are just ignorant and scared or whatever the case may be. And my boss was a very handsome young white guy. Yeah. And he came out to me. But I guess everybody else knew, but I didn't know. And I had several gay bosses after that. One of them fell in love with me. And he also told me. You understand? And so then I put it away, you know. But on my lunch break, I would take it out and read it at my desk. And then when lunch is over, I would put it back in my desk, or I would go in the lunchroom or somewhere, or maybe just go outside. But just because I had it in the area or I was into God's word, he got offended because he got scared. He got offended just by seeing it and just by knowing that I'm looking into it. You understand? And I couldn't understand that. But later on, as life goes on, you see why. I'm like, you got problems with God. You don't got a problem with me. Because in your mind, you know it's wrong, but you can't. You say you can't help yourself of who you love or who you like. All right, but I'm not your enemy. God is your enemy. The Bible may be your enemy because the Bible says that your lifestyle is wrong. So, like certain black people now, they want to erase everything that happened in the past because it makes them feel bad. And they don't want to remember the past so it wouldn't happen again. So they want to erase everything that happened in the past. So that's what you want to do. You want somebody to change the Bible for you. That's what it comes down to. 100 years from now, it's not going to say that Sodom and Gomorrah got burned down. Because y'all going to take y'all money and pay it so somebody can erase the Bible. So that's why now the people are just going after kids, because kids grow up to be adults. And whatever happens, goes on in the kids' world when they grow up, that's how the world is going to be in about 100 years. So you're doing it now for the future. You're trying to clean up the past for the future. But let me tell you something about God. You see that thing with the boat and the washing of the earth and stuff like that. Yeah, when he comes to when this world and this world and this society becomes to a point where you try to erase God in a certain way, he's gonna do the same thing. Flood the whole world and start afresh. And look for the new Moses and his crew. So all this stuff you're doing, God above is watching. So I'm just letting you know. Next topic. What is the next topic? Oh, to all you people living in these towns and stuff like that, all you kids who grow up and want to exercise your right to not go to school, not get an education, don't listen to your parents who's giving you good advice about staying in school and stuff like that. Because there's some parents who train their kids to do the wrong thing, but I'm trying to big up the parents who actually want their kids to get an education, and then their kids want to drop out of school and go live on the street and party their life. Oh yeah, party their life away. Or I wanna, go around the world. I wanna do me. Okay, well you do you now, because children like you grow up to be adults, and you adults grow up to be elderly people. And guess what? If you don't put anything in society when you're young and you don't get your education, because education is the key to get out of poverty. So if you want to go hang out and party and find yourself, go find yourself. But you're going to get old one day. And guess what? You're going to need that same government that you're fighting about. The same government you hate when you're young is the same government you're going to need when you get older. Social Security to take care of you, because you're not working. You don't want to work. You don't want to pay taxes. You're complaining about that. You're doing all that when you're young. Don't think you're going to ever get old. You want to live off the grid. Go live off the grid. Don't work for the man. Black, white, China, I don't care what. All those naturalists who don't want to put nothing in society, who want to live off the grid, don't want to have no carbon copy, no carbon footprint, don't want to pay taxes, don't want to do anything, but they want everything for free from the working class. Then they don't want to work nowhere, right? But they go live with people who's working to pay rent in their house and sleep on their couch. And eat the food that people have to go work for to get money to buy food. You're living off the very thing that you don't want to do for yourself. And then you get old. And then you want to collect Social Security. And you haven't put a dime in society. You go to these little places. You live in the bush. You eat off the bush. Then you get old. You need money eventually. How you going to get money? You try to sell your little this, your little that on the side of the street. That don't bring you enough money. You get old. They put you in a home. How you paying for this? How you going to pay for it? So now people is trying to have the government give people Social Security who haven't put nothing in society. And that's why the Social Security system is going bankrupt. Because the people who did put money into the Social Security, their stuff is being cut in half to help people who didn't want to work, didn't want to have any carbon footprint, didn't want to work for the man. So now so our Social Security is cut in half to give somebody else who didn't want to put nothing into life. That's why Social Security is going broke, if you want to be real about it. We helping those who didn't want to put nothing in society, who want to party all day, get high, and sleep all day, and live off the grid, and don't want to work for the white man, and don't want to work for the man. I'm not working for the man, but yet still, you wanna feed off the man. You want to feed off the man. It's just like how everybody who's jumping over the wall want to come in here